Peace, 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 peace. Condolences to all the family members who lost their loved ones on that plane crash in Reagan National. Unfortunate, man. I heard one aviator saying that based off the, how the plane was flying and the helicopter, I guess, didn't see it. But based on how the speed of the plane, they were like 10 seconds from actually landing before that tragic accident happened, man. I saw it from another angle, from the other side of the river. It's horrible, man. Worst nightmare. It was a clear night, but apparently that Black Hawk, it was either ascending up or I think the plane was like maybe less than 300 feet in the air, because the plane was actually descending. The Black Hawk, I believe they were saying, was coming up. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Can you imagine you're 10 seconds away, allegedly, based on these aviators' speculations. You're 10 seconds away. You know how people travel before on airplanes. You're still in the seatbelts or whatever. But you're still in your head, okay, if my ride is there, I'm gonna have to get in contact with Uber, my transportation, my catching metro to get where I need to go, whatever the means of transportation you might have. But you're thinking about that, or coming to see your relatives, coming to see maybe some events or whatever for the next day. And just like that, man, just like that, just like a blink, you're gone. Your family's lives are upside down, or turned upside down, just like that. And they're probably waiting for you to touch down. It's just a tragic, man. It's just tragedy. It's terrible, man. Now, of course, DC being a political town, everybody's going to make it politics, and it's someone, it's always someone who has to take the bullets. That's just natural. And especially when you have, 67 passengers, 4 being crew members, something like that. So, or a total of 67 people, and 4 being crew members. I don't like to really fly. I've always had a apprehension of flying. And I've always used to tell this to myself if I had to fly. Think of it as I'm being evacuated. My life is on the line. And that kind of eased the anxiety a little bit for me. But wherever I'm going, getting there, and then thinking about coming back up in the air, oh my God. When I went to Senegal a few times, and my wife's from Senegal, I keep thinking about that Atlantic Ocean, bro. And I'm like, what kind of survival tactics can I use if this thing go down? And I'm on South African airline. Didn't mean to plug them, but I'm just being truthful. But and they're great. They were great airline. But I'm just saying. And the flight was smooth, don't get me wrong, outside of some turbulence here and there, but I'm thinking survival type of mode, man. I'm thinking about, if this thing go down, not only I got to deal with the sharks, it's no way you could actually see yourself pulling through that, you know what I'm saying? So, especially coming from 30,000 feet in the air, 20,000 feet or whatever in the air. So I can't imagine, man. Just watching that video. Got kids on board. Damn. Beginning of the year. I mean, first month of the year. And there hasn't been a plane crash in the United States, a major commercial flight crash in the United States. And I think they said something like over 15 years or so. Could be wrong. Could be more. But we are, I guess, one of the safest nations to actually have aviation and flights. So it's just a big tragedy, tragic, man. I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine. People at that airport probably like I said, waiting on you to come and to receive you, and this happens. I'm telling you, bro. People, you just need to get yourselves together, and whatever the little petty beefs or whatever you might have with family members or anything like that, try to work it out. Try to open a line of communication, extend the olive branch, whatever you need to do to kind of make things right. You still might harbor some of this, you might harbor some of that, but at least let's remember your family. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But yeah, it's just been the last couple of days. It's just been the news coverage, and just you're getting information, and it's just one of those events that happen, and it's unfortunate that lives are lost in that fashion, and just unfortunate for everyone that's involved. A tragic thing like that. But you just gotta pray for the lives that were lost, and hold your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Extra tight. Drake. Let's talk about Drake real quick, just very quick. Drake really is pissed off. This whole thing about, of course, the beef. He lost the beef. Depending on who you talk to, his arch enemy getting the nod for the halftime entertainment Super Bowl, this coming Super Bowl, that'll be held next month. A few weeks, actually, about a week or so. Kendrick puts out some say a classic album, but a great album, GNX. That's getting burned. It's hot. You got to worry about your ops. Kendrick performing Not Like Us. You're going through it with your record label, UMG. You're going through it with your so-called former friends, LeBron, DeMar DeRozan, and a few others. And then you're doing, I think Drake is doing real petty. We already know he was petty, but just the breaking the certain man codes and stuff like that. Now, man codes, ladies and gentlemen, is just basically stuff that some men might do. They might have these side chicks or whatever. They might be cheating. They might be having girls and these are athletes, have girl talent, entertainers, girl this way, girl that way. You might have a wife, a family. You might think everything is holy and everything is wholesome, but they go out here and they got their little chicks on the side, and of course, you're there, because this is your guy, this is your man, and y'all hang out together and y'all go out together, and this is how it is. You know what I mean? Of course, you're single. But you're seeing this dude like, bro, he's being him. He's doing his thing. And so you just kind of like, you're in an awkward situation because you might know his family and moms and the wifey and the kids and all that. So you're always, as a dude, as just somebody who's being, associated with people like that, you always put in an awkward position. But you don't break man code. You don't go out there and say, I'm gonna expose this dude or whatever. For the most part, I think a lot of us just kind of, that's in that situation or been in that situation, for the most part, I think we just kind of like hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Just kind of, we keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? We just don't get involved with that. You know what I mean? And hopefully that we never get called to the carpet to have to give an account of this or that. You know what I mean? I've been in that situation when the women's calling me up talking about, oh, do you know, did he say he, I'm like, yo, I try to get out of that. I just say, oh, all I know, blah, 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 what he said, blah, blah, blah. He said he was doing this, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. And I get out of the situation. I'm not going to get grilled about where your man at, and I haven't talked to him. Did he say this? And I've been in those situations, bro. And I try to get out of it. Because it's not my, I mean, I don't try to make it seem like, oh, you know, obvious that he might be doing something. But I just like, nah, you know, he said he was going on, you know, whatever, blah. I'm just based on what he telling me. He about to do this, stop here, bounce there, you know. You know what I mean? I can't control a grown man what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just where the way it is. And yes, he might be married. He might have a beautiful situation at home, but he's a playboy. You dig? So, you know, playboys are going to be playboys. You know what I mean? So, but Drake has just took it there. I don't know if it's social media account. Like you said, everybody saw the leaks of the messages, the DMs and all that. How he was kind of gritting on DeMar Rosen at a game on courtside, kind of like, you know, like he was like, you know, staring him down and all that, looking at him all crazy, ice grilling him and all that. Now some of the stuff, you know, I Drake might have a reason. A lot of you people might say, well, he has a reason to do that. LeBron went on that stage and he's dancing to a record that Drake's main rival is telling the world he's a pedophile and this, that, and the third, and has no proof. I get all that. I don't condone any of that. But they did it for whatever reason they did it. Is it crazy? Yeah. Is it a moment? Could be. But I can see how Drake might feel a certain way. I mean, I'm not going to totally, you know, not say he don't have a right to feel a certain way. And when someone sees someone that has been very close, even though LeBron has never said, you know, he might not think Drake is up the food chain with him. You know what I mean? Even though he's, you know, he's King James, and maybe he thinks Drake is more of a little bro, but he might not think he's, you know, I don't know. But apparently Drake is enamored with LeBron, and I think he thought they were real friends, and why would he go and support something like that, knowing that we cool like that. But Drake has, I don't know, Drake, you know, some people just do what they do, you know what I mean? So I understand you feel a way about that, and I get it. As a man, you feel a way. I would feel a way if someone accused me of being a Chester or a pedophile or whatever, and I have no record of even being involved with anything like that, or my character doesn't even dictate me. Now I get it. Nobody, you know, behind the curtain, everybody moves differently, but I would probably be feeling a certain way. But I don't think I would go out here and drop DMs. And I'm not saying that he did it, but his social media account did it, and then he kind of co-signs it a little bit based on his little freestyle, the Fighting Irish freestyle. So I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put nobody's family or kids that been around in an awkward situation like that based on how I feel. I think that's a selfish move. But I clearly get it. But it's just Drake thinks differently, man. Maybe, you know, this is what I'm saying. He doesn't live by these codes that naturally that we have. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? Or he just doesn't care about the codes. He chooses to do what he does, and I think that's crazy. But can he come back from this? I personally don't think he can come back from this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he rallies back. I'm sure that he's lost a certain, I don't know. I mean, Drake is unique in the fact that Drake's a hit maker, But a lot of those things after the beef for the whole summer didn't have any staying power. They were nice little songs. Okay, boom, boom, boom. But did they have the staying power? I think we can honestly say it didn't. It came and went. And that's where he's at right now. You know what I mean? Nothing is sticking. No Face with this all ultra gangster and street type of imagery. It didn't stick. The little Latin song that he did with I don't know the particular artist, but he did a song going in that direction. That didn't pop. It had its moment, but it didn't really have a moment. It didn't pop. It was all about the Kendrick of Kendrick. I mean, the summer of Kendrick. It was all about the summer of Kendrick. It was his summer. He held it down. He carried the whole summer of 2024. And he's carrying it right now, to be honest with you. So, the Super Bowl is going to give him even more of a boost or a bump in sales and streams. And you got SZA, you got, I think, a concert with her coming. So, Kendrick is doing his thing. He's not really, I don't think he's really worried about Drake right now. He's going to do what he got to do. You know what I mean? And so that's where we at. I think Drake just needs to, I'm not going to try to tell him what to do, but I just think Drake needs to just get back to the lab and do what he normally does. Make hits. Now, I think he's in a zone right now where he could be a little edgier with his music, and he has the right to be now. I don't think you'll have that kind of friendly Drake on a lot of different songs. I think a lot of these songs gonna be hard hitting when he do decide to come back. It's gonna have a little edgier, disrespectful tone to him. You know what I mean? And I think that might work for him. But we'll see. You know, it's all speculation. Drake is his own man. He's a top dog in this game. We know it. He held it down for 15 summers. I just think people probably got to the point where, you know, Kendrick came out with that, what was that, We Don't Trust You, whatever, and, you know, on the Futures record, the Metro Boomin, and it was on and popping from there, and Kendrick did what he had to do. He mopped them up. Just mopped them up. He mopped them up. I mean, that's all you can say about it. But Drake will be back, man. He'll be back. I'm pretty sure of it. Anyway, that's my time. Peace and love. We'll see you next time. One.